Well, Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. Am I the only one?
Yeah, at the moment, who is this?
Well, Laura.
Hey, Laura, how are you?
Hey, I'm here all day. I'm in a car, so I'm not gonna put the video.
Okay. Well, I mean, there doesn't appear to be anybody else logged in at the moment. I mean, we can do a straight Q&A, or we can just go through step-by-step process. Hold on one second, let me close the door. Uh, yeah, we could either do it Q&A if you have questions on how to do anything in particular, since there's not an actual class, or we could just go through it step by step, starting the process and how to files to the office.
I think you showed me that. So I did that last week version of it. But if you can just, I guess, show again, like step by step, real
Yeah,
quick,
absolutely.
as a reminder.
Let me go ahead and get something pulled up on the screen here, and we'll go straight from the beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
You're breaking up pretty bad. Can you still hear me though?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn off my mic. Just
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
sound.
Not a problem. If you have any questions, just stop me in the middle, and we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay.
So, starting your transactions inside of Command, when you open up the Command site on the top where it says KW, it expands your menu. You can go into your opportunities and create an opportunity. So when you come into your opportunity stage, go to the right-hand side, click on create an opportunity. Your opportunity contact needs to be in your Command database already. So you would go to where it says clients, and you would go ahead and you can start typing your client's name. You would select it from the drop-down menu. Then you could pick what your opportunity name is. You also want to make sure what side of the opportunity you have, whether it's a listing, a buyer, landlord, tenant, so on and so forth, right? For this demonstration purposes, we'll do a listing here. If you know the estimated close date, you can enter that in. The things that must be selected have the red asterisk next to it. So your commission rate, you can put in whatever your desired commission rate is. This can be changed later down the line. You would go ahead and click create. If you were missing anything, it would have said an error there that you're forgetting to put in commission, so on and so forth. It won't allow you to create the opportunity without those information fields being selected. So when you get onto this page, onto the details, any of this information that you have already, feel free to go ahead and put it in. Some of the information will pull over from what you've created so far. If you have the property address for the listing, you can go ahead and put that in, because you would need that later when you get to the offers and commissions tabs anyway, which is another class in itself. I just accidentally touched my screen to move a hair, and it went back. 1 second. Right, so you can fill in this information. What we want to do is we want to go to the Documents tab. And this is going to be your checklist as well. So when we start a transaction, it's going to automatically link your transaction name to DocuSign. So let me go ahead and just log in real quick. Now, this isn't a DocuSign class, so we're not going to go through the actual steps of doing the full transaction through DocuSign. That's another class in itself. But once you have already created 1 second. I'm just adding some templates of mine from zip forms into my transaction here. Okay. So once you go through the entire process of actually filling in your paperwork and mailing it over and getting signatures and things back, right? On this aspect, so when you're in command and you have everything that comes back to you, this section, again, to get here, you would go into opportunities, right? You would go to the all opportunities tab here, or you could search through here to try and find what stage your listing or seller is at. But the easiest way is clicking all opportunities. Everything that you currently have in your system would be listed here, right? We would click on the particular one that you're trying to edit or make changes to. All of the documents will be in the documents tab, or your checklist rather. So you would see that you have 3 sections: listed, under contract, and closed, right? So this will give you a breakdown of everything that you need basically in the listed section to have all those files uploaded prior to moving into under contract, right? So as you complete paperwork through DocuSign or whatever system that you use, Dotloop, Zip Forms, however you get your documents signed, when they come back to you, you would add that file to this line item, right? So in my case, with using DocuSign, I would click add a file. I would select that I am pulling my documents from DocuSign. If you were pulling them from your computer, you could at this point just click here, or if they were downloaded, drag them into your the box here. If I click browse, see it'll open up my computer wherever I saved my files to. I could just click those files and they would automatically upload. Again, with my purposes and using DocuSign, I would pull my documents from DocuSign. So when I click DocuSign, it's going to open up all of the paperwork that we had just added into DocuSign. So for instance, like let's say a consumer notice is what I was looking for. If I already had the consumer notice and signed, it would say consumer notice dot signed at the end of it. So I would know that there would be 2 files here, the original and then the signed version. All of your signed paperwork, when it comes back to you, will have the extension at the end saying that it is signed paperwork, right? So let's see what this first one is here, right? The listing contract. So we would go to DocuSign. We would scroll down to where your listing contract is right here. You would want the signed version. You would click that and assign it to that line item, right? So if you had multiple things that you needed to upload at one time, instead of clicking each individual add a file and uploading it, at the top here, you can select add or attach multiple files, right? So then it brings up that whole list. We're pulling them all in from DocuSign. It's going to give you drop-down boxes for you to be able to select each one of these. So you could kind of go just right down the line. You would go to whatever file you need, select, add multiple files all at the same time. So if you accidentally added an incorrect file to one of these line items, you would just go ahead and remove the file by clicking the 3 dots, remove. Yes, you want to remove, and that would remove them off of the line item. And then you could re-upload what file you actually intended for that particular item there. Once you get everything that you need for listed, you would then move on to your under contract section and then pretty much rinse and repeat. So each stage along the way, as you're dealing with your client and getting documents signed, you would always come back to here and upload them when you have them. Now, once you submit to the Market Center, it submits your list, right? So let's say you had everything done and completed in your listed paperwork here, right? So once everything is in here and ready to go, you go ahead and click submit to the Market Center. This would go from open to submitted. As you, as the Market Center verifies that everything is done correctly, this would go from submitted to approved. Each individual item here would have a little green arrow next to it that says that it has been approved, right? after, if something comes back to you and it is not approved and it gets rejected, you would then at that point have a comments section next to your listed folder here. So this would say rejected, and then there would be a comment here. So you could click on that and see the exact reason as to why that particular file was rejected and sent back to you. That tells you what you need to do in order to get a new version of your paperwork uploaded into the system and then resubmit to the market center. Same thing when you go under contract. Once you have everything uploaded in the system and you've added all your files along the way, if you click on that, upload it, and then submit everything to the market center, if something was done incorrectly where it needed to be, or not a signed version, or the final version, you accidentally uploaded the blank one, whatever the issue is, they would send back to you, and it would see rejected here with a comment. So then you can go down and fix your particular file that needs to be corrected. And again, same thing happens here at the close section. When you need your ALTA, your marked up title, if you're working by a referral or a secondary broker, you would be able to upload their W forms, referral agreements, so on and so forth, whatever you need to do in order to have your paperwork in compliance. And again, once you're done, you would submit. It would go from open to submitted to approved as each individual file becomes approved here. Once you have all of your paperwork ready to go, you can do your offers and commissions based on what part of the pages you're at. Obviously, the offers are going to come in when you're under contract, whether you're submitting an offer or having an offer submitted to you. Would depend on how you correct or enter in the information in this section. Any questions or comments? Anything that you need me to?
Okay, so we did that with Michelle on Friday because I need to write an offer.
Okay.
And we did everything through command, like DocuSign and everything.
Awesome.
So I actually add a file. It didn't go through, but I added 2 files, a consumer notice and a buyer agency agreement. So that's all I have for the client right now.
Okay.
So I just leave it as right now, and then if we have something like an offer, I just add a file, I guess.
Right. So I mean, basically, you're chipping away at the tree. You get what you need done right at the beginning, and then as you proceed through different different timelines of your deal, you could get the other files signed at those times. So as long as you have what you need to do in order to start showing properties to people, you're good to go. And then as you start to write the offer, once you complete the offer in DocuSign, have that everything signed and squared away and executed, then you would upload those files into
only accepted offer, correct?
Yes. Well, no.
Ever accept the offer or no? Like I have his offer, but I mean it didn't work. Do I need to upload that as well or no?
So no, you would enter the offers. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I just have to, you would add your offers to the offers tab and manually input those so that you can, are you working with the buyer or the seller?
Buyer.
Right. So yeah, once you work with the buyer, you would enter all the details of the offer into the offers tab. If and when the seller then comes back to you and says that offer has been accepted, you would change the status in command of that offer to it being accepted, and then that will allow you to start working in your commission.
Yes, I get that part, but it was not accepted. I mean, it just didn't work out. So
right, so you would change it to that.
So I do nothing, or I still?
Nope, you would change it to rejected. Okay. Yes, and then once you change it to rejected, then you would enter a new offer in if you were deciding to try to write a new offer on the property in a different manner.
Got it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just in Yardley's bad service. Okay, so as of right now, I pretty much know what to do, and actually I like it. Like everything is there. If you're missing something, it tells you right away. Like
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it can't get much easier than this. You literally have the checklist in front of you. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
the ability to attach it straight from your DocuSign system. So it's all
mhm,
there. You just have to pull it over and make sure that you have it in your files.
yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what else? That was the class for how to do it, how to submit, how to add files.
Yeah, I mean that's
Okay.
it. I mean it's pretty straightforward. Again, without going through the entire DocuSign process,
Yeah.
this isn't an overly long class. But DocuSign in itself, that's just I mean I just went through those steps very quickly because it becomes second nature when you do it. But
Yeah.
getting everything set up and ready to go and going through DocuSign in itself is just it's
Yeah.
a little time consuming.
Because we had DocuSign, I used it, but it wouldn't have ROMs, like DocuSign ROMs. I didn't know
Yeah,
what was that.
yeah.
But now I do.
It's just a slightly different version. A lot of people think that it's like a lesser version. It's not. We have all the same exact access to everything that you would typically have in regular DocuSign as well. This is
Yeah.
basically it has it organized into actual sections and rooms rather than the file. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just a little bit of a different way of doing
Yeah,
business.
I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Thank you
Awesome.
so much again.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
And
that's what we're here for.
I know. And I will see you. I guess I'll see you when I see you. Probably this week. I'm coming in tomorrow for a little bit. We need to
Okay.
like connect my Wi-Fi, my computer. Somebody's gonna call me. Have to be in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
office.
yeah.
They
We
said.
set up your rep effect their ticket.
Yeah.
They reach out to you and get everything taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, no problem. If you have any other questions with it, just feel free to reach out to me and I'll help you.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
Awesome. Have a nice rest of the day. You're welcome. Bye-bye.